Hi, I'm Tomi Lahren, and I have a thought. What happens when a black gay lunatic shoots two straight white reporters? Let's take a page out of the left's playbook now. It's the page between Republicans hate everyone and the war on women. Yes, let's call this chapter Blame the Gun. So literally moments after the news of the tragic WDBJ reporter shootings in Roanoke, the anti-gunners set out on their favorite crusade, blame the gun. No matter what, blame the gun. Let's start with my close personal friend, the man without a strategy, the man that won't even utter the words radical Islam, the man that waits for more information before jumping to conclusions, unless there's a gun involved, of course, then he is comfortable naming the enemy, an inanimate object. Now, he can't jump to conclusions when they shout Allah Akbar, but takes just seconds to blame the gun. Funny. In an interview just hours after the shooting, President Obama said, and I quote, "What we know is that the number of people who die from gun-related incidents around this country dwarfs any deaths that happen through terrorism." What I know is this, President Obama, it's pretty darn easy for you to go after our Second Amendment freedoms, our right to bear arms, our guns, when you are surrounded and protected by many men with guns at all times. If you don't like guns, Mr. President, how about you arm your Secret Service members with feelings, emotions, therapy, and whatever else you think is supposed to protect folks like us from bad guys. Then you can talk about my guns. Until then, I think we'll keep our guns. Now, I expect this kind of rhetoric from President Obama. We know how he and his pals on the left feel about guns. They don't have to be neutral, but the so-called neutral media should be. Well, if you believe that, I have a bridge to nowhere to sell you. Now, the mainstream media has become so good at subtly blaming the gun, it's almost like they have a template for every time there's a shooting. Insert victim name here, shooter there, and leave plenty of column space and airtime to blame the gun. Yes, they are quick to tell us the Roanoke shooter used a Glock 9mm, and of course inform us the firearm was indeed purchased legally. Those darn guns, they seem to just go off all on their own, right? Wrong. Let's examine the liberal logic for just a moment. If we had stricter gun laws, shootings wouldn't happen. Because yes, a deeply disturbed man like Flanagan, who said in his nice little manifesto he was ready to wage a race war against white people, he definitely would have been stopped had it been more difficult to get his Glock. Yes, let's imagine that for a moment. A black man walks into a gun store to buy a firearm and is turned away. Yeah, I'm sure that wouldn't be labeled prejudice at all, right? But yes, if he couldn't get a gun, I'm sure he would just be on his merry way, probably would have cured him of his hate, and there's no way he would have carried out his plan. Yes, this is really the thought process of common sense gun folks. It's funny how the left picks and chooses when to blame the gun and when to blame the person. Like in officer-involved shootings, it's always the cop's fault. Yes, the whole unarmed black man thing. But then when it comes to armed black men, it's the gun's fault. Logical. In fact, I'm actually surprised the feminists haven't gotten wise to this and just blamed men altogether. I mean, all of these cases are committed by men. I'm just waiting for Hillary to declare guns and men part of the war on women. But let's step back into reality. Join me. Guns are a tool. Strict, over-the-top gun restrictions prevent law-abiding citizens from their constitutional Second Amendment rights. They do nothing to stop lunatics. But good try, though. I guess when they can't play the race card, they have to settle with blaming the gun. Good work. But those are just my final thoughts. Feel free to disagree. Let's start the conversation. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Tomi Lahren. God bless you, God bless America, and take care.